Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you. Lots of crazy things going on in digital asset space this morning. I'm not even going to. Listen, I did not watch a half a second of that debate, just to let you know. But guys, I got to tell you, really excited about the stuff that happened with the blockchain bills being pushed through. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And I think they're, I think it's passed the House and on to the Senate, I believe is the latest word. But that is really cool. So interesting that someone checked on David Schwartz and his claiming XRP. Isn't that interesting? Nothing gets through. Everything's not everything, but a lot of things are so transparent. So someone checked David Schwartz on the Spark token claim. I thought it was fascinating that he responded. Such a cool dude. I look forward to the opportunity to get to meet him. And Flair responded. We'll cover that as well. Very interesting stuff. And I got to tell you, this move and this kind of announcement by Ripple on this energy thing and this energy conservation and this climate thing and this sustainability stuff. Oh my goodness. I like what they do and how they operate is just so very smart. They're making a lot of the right moves, and I applaud them for it. Again, we've always said on this channel, our belief about this current administration or even the bigger powers that be in ushering up a FinTech company to the front of the room, if you will, right? Singing from the rooftops, singing the praises from the rooftops of the world, the attributes of this FinTech company out of California, let me correct that, this blockchain infrastructure company out of San Francisco, California, right? Because the bottom line is, and I'm not sure if people understand, but the bottom line is the powers that be, this current administration, in my opinion, right? They want to usher up someone to the front of the room because they're not creating it. This private-public partnership thing is because the public is not creating a thing. The private sector is creating a thing. And there are going to be people and or companies ushered up to the front of the room. Not just Ripple, other people as well. But the bottom line is, in order to get on that list, if you will, you got to make the right moves. You have to continue to do the right things. You have to check the boxes, right? It's not enough to just have the technology. It's not. A lot of people think that, if we got the best technology, cool, we're in. No, it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to check all the boxes. Ask how many brilliant scientists with great formulas, great ingredients, great answers to challenges never get brought to the public, ever. Why is that? Because they don't know how to take it to the masses. It's not enough to just be great at creating a thing, whether it be technology or ingredients or formulas. It's just not enough. You have to be able to take it to the marketplace. And this is what Ripple, the blockchain infrastructure company, has done better than anyone trying to compete with them in cross-border payments. This is what they've done. They've been able to bring it to the marketplace. Getting a partnership is bringing something to the marketplace. Getting people on one of their other products, which is ODL, is bringing it to the marketplace. Getting people to hop onto RippleNet is bringing it to the marketplace. It's not enough to just have technology. And in addition to bringing what you have to the marketplace, you got to check out the boxes. Like one of the boxes, like a lot of people don't think, is what are you doing for the greater good? Do you think BlackRock is doing what they're doing because out of the goodness of their heart? No, they're doing what they're doing because they realize in order to continue to be ushered up to the front of the room, you have to do things that promote the greater good. You know, BlackRock's doing okay financially, right? You got to do some things that, you know, that are that showcase that you're doing something for the greater good, and you got to make it loud so that people hear that you've done it. That's just the way it is. Now, for you or I, right? For you and I, we can be generous, right? Silently, right? We can be generous silently, right? Right? You and I, we can do that, right? Do stuff anonymously, right? For the greater good, but not them. Not them. All right, guys. So listen, so we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. I think it's hugely, hugely important to get the bigger plan for Ripple. That blue ocean strategy, I think is genius. Creating the ILP, gifting it to W3C is genius. Very, very interesting thing about the ILP that every content creator talks about. Everyone. Not being used that much. Not a lot of people want it. Yet we talk about it. So the fact of where it is one thing, and the possibility of where it can go is another thing. I'm excited about the possibility of where it can be. I'm excited about the possibility of what XRPL will be. I'm excited about the possibility of where XRP is going to be, not the fact of where it is. I'm excited about the possibility of where it can get to. All right, guys. So listen, this is going to be your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. So this is some interesting stuff. Shout out to Michael at Val5 Links. Hey, we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you taking your time, your energy, and your resources to share with the community. We appreciate that you don't keep it to yourself, that you take some time, that you don't hide it, and you don't mask it, and you're willing to share. We appreciate that big time. I do. So the Digital Taxonomy Act and Blockchain Innovation Act were rolled into a third bill, the Consumer Safety Technology Act. I may have covered a little bit of this a couple of videos ago. The Consumer Safety Technology Act, that bill was approved by the House of Representatives today. And I think I saw this yesterday. I didn't go over it in detail, but that's really, really cool, right? Shout out to Tom Emmer, and Darren Soto, and all the people out there in Congress who get it and are pushing things forward. So it's pretty cool. U.S. lawmakers just passed a crypto bill. Here's what's in it. The Digital Taxonomy Act and Blockchain Innovation Act snuck through the House as part of the Consumer Safety Technology Act. In brief, the Digital Taxonomy Act and Blockchain Innovation Act were rolled into a third bill, the Consumer Safety Technology Act. That bill was approved by the House of Representatives today. The bill, and I think that was yesterday, the bill focuses on consumer protection, both in protecting the public against token scams and harnessing blockchain to stop fraud. Not the cause of fraud, to stop fraud. Maybe an inside job. Maybe an inside job exposing fragmentation, exposing the legacy systems for what they are. Exposing, not participating in them, but exposing so that they can make it better. Just saying. The Digital Taxonomy Act and Blockchain Innovation Act, both introduced by Representative Darren Soto, have been approved by voice vote in the House of Representatives. The acts were rolled up into the Consumer Safety Technology Act, a bill directing the Consumer Product Safety Commission to explore applications for AI earlier this month. If passed, the bill would take steps towards protecting the public against scammy projects while using blockchain to fight fraud. And in the end, there it is. And the bad guys have always known, trust me, from day one, that they only have a certain amount of time. They got a window for their bad operations. There's a window. And they've known it from day one. They've known it from day uno, from the days of BitConnect, and probably even earlier than that. They knew, they checked the US of A and its progress on the lockdowns. That's what they do. That's what I would do if I was a bad dude. How far along is the US? Are they paying attention to what's really going on? Nah, they don't really. They're calling everything fraud and cheap and no relevance. Oh, okay, cool, let's go. But when the crackdown comes, when the bills like this bill gets passed, and they know, oh, no. The U.S. and all of its assets will be coming after their assets. And this is part of that. This is part of that. So cool. To fight fraud. How about that? So the Digital Taxonomy Act directs the Federal Trade Commission, a consumer protection agency, to train up staff and allocate resources to identify and guard against deceptive acts or practices involving digital tokens. The window is closing rapidly if it's not closed. Do you see what I'm saying? This is for the bad guys, right? The smart guys, the smart guys, right? Who turn to bad guys. The window is closing. Big time. It further mandates the agency to produce a report for the House Committee on Energy and Commerce, as well as its Senate counterpart, the Committee on Commerce, Science and Transportation, detailing its efforts to fight such deception and outlining actions it has taken. The Act frames digital tokens and blockchain as important for American innovation, and it asks the FTC for recommendations to ensure the United States remains competitive while limiting abuse. Man, this is it. This is the thing that we've been wanting. This is where we've been wanting for a long time, since 2016, when I entered into the lending platform space. Hello, the high yield investment platform space. You want to talk about risky? You want to talk about, man, I wish I had some help back then. Right? So we're moving forward. And like we've always said, BK says this all the time, like they're slow. But when they step in, it happens real quick. Really quick. And that's what is and that is what's going on, my friends. Yep. As lawmakers, listen to this one. As lawmakers, it's our duty to ensure the United States continue to lead in blockchain technology, said Representative Soto in a press release. The Digital Taxonomy Act adds greater jurisdictional clarity for a strong digital asset market. I think Darren Soto must have been listening to the Crypto Caesars channel. Digital asset market. Well, how about that? The digital asset market in the United States, right? We always talk about a new asset class. And that new asset class is called the digital asset space. Pretty cool. I'm not going to read all of this. This is a lengthy one, but you definitely want to check this out. The long and the short of it is the U.S. is coming. The U.S. is coming. Once this thing passes in the Senate, which it is most likely to do, what they're saying is okay. We have decided to allow innovation to do its thing. We'll be monitoring it, and we will definitely be on the lookout for the bad actors. And I'm telling you, once they decide to do that, watch the masses come into this space, because that lack, people want that kind of assurance, right? People want to know that they can pick up the phone and complain about a thing, how they've been wronged about a thing. That's what the masses want. Very, very, very few people like you and I, early adopters, willing to hang out in the wild, wild west and take our chances and be ultimately responsible for our wins and our losses, not looking to put blame on a content creator or YouTube channel personality. Willing to take ownership of our own wins and losses. Not very many people are like you and I that are willing to do that. Especially not the masses. Especially not the masses. So this is great. This will give them a blanket, if you will. What is that blanket? When people carry around their safety blanket, their comfort blanket. That's what these bills and these acts are. To make people feel comfortable and safe in this digital asset space. This is some good stuff, because we need more of the masses in the space. We don't want to continue to just exchange assets amongst ourselves. We need more people in the space, like 100 million more, like Alex Mashinsky talks about. So what is next on the news? This is interesting. James Rule shared some stuff with me this morning. Alex G shared some stuff with me this morning. I appreciate you dudes. Appreciate you guys big time. James Rule shared this about SBI Japan. I think it's interesting that SBI has an esports team. Esports is going to be massive around digital assets. It's going to be massive. Let's share this article. Shout out to James Rule. What's going on, my dude? We appreciate you here big time. All right, so let me read what James Rule said first. In addition, through this partnership, players belonging to SBI Esports will be able to pay their annual salary in virtual currency, XRP, if they wish. Mr. Yoshitaka Katao. Talk about a dude who thinks about the possibilities. Interesting stuff. So SBI Esports enters into sponsorship agreement with SBI VC cryptocurrency exchange. All right, so SBI Esports, an esports professional team. Hello, player. Hope you guys are getting into the game. What's going on, player? If you guys know what I'm talking about, that VeChain asset called Player. Hope you looked into that. Not financial advice. You certainly want to do your own homework in your own research. SBI Esports, an esports professional team, announced today that it has signed a sponsorship agreement with SBI VC Trading Co. Ltd. Limited, which operates cryptocurrency exchanges. As a result, as a top partner from September 2020, the logo, this is translated, okay, the logo of SBI VC Trade will be posted on the official website and uniforms, etc., to support the challenges and activities of the players. This is translated. What is SBI Esports? SBI Esports is an esports team team founded by SBI Holdings on June 19th Esports stands for electronic sports. That's cool. We don't need to know that. Pay the annual salary by XRP. In addition, as a result of this partnership, players belonging to SBI Sports can pay annual salary and can get paid annual salary in virtual currencies or crypto assets. XRP, if desired by the person in question. It seems to be an extremely novel initiative from a global point of view. Some people reported on SBI Esports a while back, suggesting that one day the possibility would be that they could get paid in XRP. There it is. There it is. SBI Esports has expressed its aspiration for the partnerships as follows. With the support of SBI VC Trade, we will create a strong team loved by our fans and challenge the world to boost esports. This is genius. First of all, it's genius in motion from Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao, the biggest XRP fan out there, to get this SBI Esports. Very, very smart. Esports and gaming is massive. Just ask the NFL, just ask the NBA. It's massive. So shout out to Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao for having the vision. Could you imagine when he said this to his people? This is something we're looking to do. We're looking to really pay these people and have their salaries paid in digital assets, not the fiat currency, in digital assets. Could you imagine when he said that? When he thought about the possibilities of that? I wonder how many people thought it was something else. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's go on to the next thing. So shout out to Michael about 5 links with another share. Authorities in Venezuela are reportedly considering the possibility of using several digital currencies to facilitate both local and international trades. Isn't that interesting? Venezuela explores cryptocurrencies for domestic and for foreign trades. Shout out to Venezuela. And this is the deal. This is the deal. I remember Sam I Am saying such a thing, right? There's going to become and I'm paraphrasing, there's going to come a point when a lot of these nations are just going to say, what did you just do to our fiat currency, Mr. Government? What did you just do to our baby, our national fiat currency? What did you just do to it? Yeah, no thanks. I think I'm going to go over here and try this other thing. Digital assets. I think I'm going to go over here and try this other thing. And this is what's going to happen. I remember when Sam I Am said it. It's where else are they going to go? So the fiat system is like a failed experiment. It hasn't worked. They have to move somewhere. Are we going to be the only nation out of all other nations that did this printing to not go into hyperinflation? Are we going to be the only? Anyone thinks that the US of A is going to be the only one where its fiat currency because of printing failed? I wouldn't bet on it. I haven't bet on it. That's why I'm in digital assets. More than 70% in digital assets. Let's check out the next thing. I'm kind of excited today. Dare I say I'm a little amped. Some might say I'm a little hyped right now. But don't get me started on that one. All right, so guys, listen to this. Is some interesting stuff. Shout out to that dude. I got to tell you, the Cryptic Poet. We're gonna have to just say that he is that dude. He shares some good stuff. He really does. So Energy Web is teaming up with Ripple in its bid to make crypto provably green. Energy Web, and I think, doesn't Energy Web have a token of their own? think they do. Don't they have EWT? Is that Energy Web? Please correct me in the comments if I'm mistaken on that one, but I believe that they do. Now, this is from CoinDesk. I'm going to read the one from Ripple, but let me read this here. Energy Web is starting with Ripple in its bid to make crypto provably green. The nonprofit is teaming up with Ripple and the XRP Ledger Foundation to show how blockchain ecosystems can be carbon neutral. What? Think about the possibilities of that move right there. But I'm not going to read the CoinDesk one. I really want to read the Ripple one. But first, let's share this thing. Again, someone said, hey, Mr. David Schwartz, I understand that, through my own research, I understand that you've gone out and set up something for a snapshot of your XRP. How was that supposed to work? So listen, Joel Cass, this is from Brother in Arms. David, serious question about the Flare snapshot. Ripple employees and certain X are not eligible, yet I saw your Joel Cass wallet. How about that? Was activated for the snapshot. Can you clear this up? Smart XRP hodlers are suspicious about redeeming. Interesting stuff there, right? So someone in this new world, there's a lot of stuff that is transparent in this new world. A lot of stuff coming out of the Ripple software and things that they put together makes a lot of stuff transparent for anyone to see. Just like the Celsius network, by the way. Proof of concept is on its way, where each and every individual on their own can verify any claims of assets under management, interest paid out, completely on a blockchain for everyone to see. Not just some numbers on the dash. Shout out to Alex Mashinsky at Celsius. So someone someone kind of, if you will, called David to the carpet, said, what's going on here, dude? This is what David said. I assumed I was eligible for the drop because I'm neither Ripple Labs nor a previous employee of Ripple Labs. Okay. But I don't know. I had a lot of reasons for registering. No one reason significantly stronger than the others. We gotta love David's honesty. Show support, show it was safe, sell my tokens as soon as possible for money. A lot of people think because David and his genius, that for some reason he's just not a dude trying to take care of himself and his family, just like you and I. David Schwartz and all his genius is not Brad Garlinghouse. David Schwartz and all his genius is not Chris Larson. If you understand what I'm saying. Right? So look, this is Flare responding to such a thing here. Replying to Joel Katz and to Brother _ Angeles, which is this Brother at Arms dude. Brother in Arms. Joel Katz, we are so honored that you are claiming your Spark token. All current and almost past Ripple employees can claim with the XRP that they hold personally. So I guess it was, I don't know. We are excluding Jed's XRP from the distribution. And they explain why they're excluding Jed's. Isn't that interesting? We took the decision to exclude Jed as the consistent sales of XRP having a negative effect on the psychology of the market. Make it clear he is not an XRP supporter. It's Flare, it's their Spark token. They can give it out, I guess, to whoever they choose, right? Spark attributable to his XRP holdings are being distributed equally to all other valid claimants. Well, how about that? I'm not going to go into the rest of that, but there that is. I thought that was really, really interesting. Another one from James Rule XRP, with Ripple backing XRP Ledger to become carbon-free powered blockchain. So which is the one I want to go to? This is from the XRP Ledger Foundation. Excited to partner with Energy WebX and Ripple. I could swear they have their own token. And Ripple to lead crypto and blockchain toward a sustainable future. With ED0, the XRP Ledger is now carbon free. This is from EnergyWeb. We're proud to join Ripple and the XRP Ledger Foundation in unveiling the world's first decarbonized public blockchain, the XRP Ledger. This pioneering innovation uses EnergyWeb's new open source app. Well, how about that? To source verified, emissions-free, renewable energy certificates. Holy moly. This is great news. I'm going to go to ripple.com and check this out. I'll let you guys hear me talk. Smart. Again, I think EnergyWeb has a token. I feel like they do. EWT or EW, something like that. I feel like they do. Please let me know if you know. Great, smart move. Let's go see and read from Ripple's perspective. Leading the way on global crypto and FinTech sustainability. Yeah, I feel like that's another check. I feel like that's another box checked. And in the journey to be ushered to the front of the room, if you will, or praises sung from the rooftops of nations. So the world is in the midst of a global climate crisis, one that is impossible to ignore. To avert the worst case climate scenarios, countries around the world have committed to reach carbon net zero by 2050. Addressing sustainability across all industries is a worldwide priority, and global finance is no exception. The blockchain and digital asset industry will play a critical role in building a sustainable future for global finance. We as an industry, need to come together to dramatically reduce our collective environmental impact as broad adoption takes hold. This is why today Ripple is pledging to achieve carbon net zero by 2030, 20 years ahead of the global plan, 20 years ahead of the global plan. We're also partnering with the XRP Ledger Foundation, EnergyWeb, and Rocky Mountain Institute to decarbonize public blockchains, starting with the XRP Ledger. I wonder if there's something they can do about that Bitcoin blockchain. Something to ponder there. But they're going to start with the XRP Ledger. How about that? Through the use of the new open source EW0 tool. Additionally, Ripple is driving new research with leading universities that evaluates energy consumption across digital assets, credit card networks, and cash. I don't know, just another thing to be shouted from the rooftops. That is some pretty cool stuff. Our commitment to sustainability does not stop there. We put more resources behind initiatives that accelerate the industry's efforts, including comprehensively measuring Ripple's own carbon footprint and reducing it by purchasing clean, renewable energy for all of our offices and businesses' activities globally. Investing in innovative carbon renewal technology with the goal of removing all our remaining emissions by 2030 and seeding the next generation of decarbonization technology at scale, partnering with the University College of London and the National University of Singapore on research into the environmental impact of crypto adoption. Full implementation of these green sustainable practices won't happen overnight. It's imperative that industry leaders take responsibility now to reduce energy consumption before it's too late. Interesting fact, as the world makes the transition to a clean energy future, sustainability is clearly a primary ingredient and priority in driving future economic growth. In fact, the adoption of sustainable measures across industries to reduce carbon emissions can save the global economy an estimated $26 trillion by 2030. The global finance industry needs to contribute. Smart stuff right here. It really, really is smart stuff. Say, what else do I want to read here? Okay, they're gonna point to some differences. Speaking of Bitcoin, here we go. When it comes to sustainability, however, digital assets aren't all made equally. Bitcoin is arguably the most widely known cryptocurrency, but by no means is it the most sustainable. Current cryptocurrency mining methods consume relatively large amounts of energy. In 2019 alone, Bitcoin transactions consumed almost as much energy as the country of Portugal does on average each year. In contrast, the digital asset XRP is a staggering 61,000 times more efficient than Bitcoin. That is some good stuff there, Ripple. Awesome. I love it. The XRP's the XRP Ledger's native digital asset XRP was specifically chosen to power RippleNet's on-demand liquidity service for its immutable green aspects and its payment scalability, with independent researchers suggesting that XRP transactions could grow by more than 1,000% by 2025. This has massive implications for energy savings and the carbon footprint reduction of blockchain-driven finance. That is why we're helping to launch the EW0 open source tool that enables any blockchain. Hello. That's the question. That's the answer to the question. That enables any blockchain, not just the XRP Ledger, to decarbonize through the purchase of renewable energy in local markets in partnership with Energy Web Foundation. We've also committed substantial funding to the XRP Ledger Foundation to support their efforts to engage developers in ensuring the XRP Ledger remains a leader in sustainability. Holy wow. Holy wow. 2020 is not over yet. It's not over yet. The year of the digital asset is still a possibility in 2020. We shall see. We shall certainly see. All right, guys, listen, I am going to wrap up my video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.